Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all doing today? Josh, Red Mage, thank you for being here so early. Red Mage, if you're still here, I fully understand that you don't want spoilers. Honestly, I'm very happy I went into this game with no spoilers. It's the kind of game that I'm very happy knowing nothing about until now. Because the story is very strong, and losing that to spoilers wouldn't ruin the game, not in any sense. Because I feel like the game would be amazing on a replay, but it would take away something. So I don't blame you at all. But yes, welcome. We're going to be getting back to Disco Elysium, and as my title says, Kim is back, which is all that really matters. You heck. 9 days, Tom. 9 days until you die. Anyway. Let's worry less about Tom's death and get back to Disco Elysium. As always, please let me know if any of the volume is bad. I know this game can be a little bit quiet, so I fully understand that. Last stream, the biggest thing we discovered is that my name is Harrier. So Harry is short for Harrier, which is an interesting name. But we have some things to explore. One thing I definitely want to do... Yo, Niv! So as always, what did I get here? Door Gunner Mega Mix. Oh yes, someone gave me a party gave you a recording where the hanged man supposedly testifies to his intent. Fair. And Classia told you she can't talk about it now, but you need specifics. So I've got to speak to her about the dead man. But what I want to do, for now, is pick up some recyclable bottles, because I remain poor. The bottle, drained of all its booze and frozen to the ice. Oh, I cannot necessarily pick this up. This is it, the scene of the party. The fire pit, cigarettes, and empty bottles all evidence it. Hold up, don't you mean the scene of the crime? Not as such. We're talking about what came after, the party scene. Sure does look like a lot of folks partied. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. So, after they killed the dude, they came here to party? That's interesting. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture or a chocolate fountain. Hey Kim, looks like we've had a couple of partygoers here. Looks like it. This was some kind of theater to them, a circus production by a great clown. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and nods. Hey, let's keep moving, detective. Somehow he doesn't want to dwell on it. Interesting. Money! God, there's money on the floor. I do like that this game calls you out for running everywhere. Such an interesting experience. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. Well, it was me, so I think we know the answer to that question. It's drunk. I was drunk. The boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. This is a part of the town I haven't been able to explore yet, and it's really rad to get here. The underside of the boat has recently been tarred. Well, that's good. Oh, wait, I don't want to run that far yet. A wetting stone, well worn and covered in rust. What, Tom? The white curtains have been drawn shut. No looking in. Oh yeah, tarp is short for tarpaulin. I'm just gonna steal a dude's pants. Sure. Oh, I'm glad you learned something, Tom. It's always a good day. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scrums filth and fabric. Through the broken glass, dusty shelves and a forgotten chair. This area is kind of depressing. How do I get there? Oh, down and around? Wait, then I'll explore other things first. Someone's broken down the fence and the barbed wire. Well, that's interesting. More swing time with Kim? The swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere. What happened here? Just going to put the game volume up a little bit. Hiya, Luca. In this yard, the lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of grey swallows takes off in the distance. I mean, a bit. I'm like anti-recovered. I want to go back to it. I want to prove that I can beat it. Someone thought they could have a summer house in a block obscure for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago. No, Luca, I feel defeated. Wait, what's a block obscure? A black block. A part of the city left unrenovated after the war. Or one that has fallen to gang violence. It's become inhospitable in some other way. This part of the coast is a block obscure. Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but he spreads his arms. Look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house. Maybe they left something useful behind? Yes, for you to scavenge, like a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and errant magnesium blisters. He gives you a weary smile. I am Hobocop. You cannot judge me. It's not meant as nagging, just an observation. Look, Luca. I want to beat that. We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland. At least in this phase of the investigation. Oh? The wind is collared by the 4-story buildings around this yard. Oh, this is inside the house? Fuck yeah, that's quite a bit of money. Glory, says the graffito, to the ghosts of us. That's quite interesting. Someone's left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Wait, more thing? Thing. Oh! Hey, this is the tape I needed in order to do... karaoke. You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape. Someone told me this was a very sad song. Then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics. Then ask the cafeteria manager to perform. Okay, I don't have a boombox yet, but I need one for another tape anyway. So... Okay. There we go. We're making progress, chat. Yay, summer! Yes. Plastic bottle. AKA free money. I just can't remember how much the boombox costs, but I'm guessing a lot, and that's a problem. Oh. You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room. It's only a red chair, just a red chair in an empty shack, with what looked like a dusty bow tie on the shelf. Nothing to see here, right? Hey Kim, where are we? In someone's abandoned shack. On the coast, in Martinez. He looks at you. In Revachol. What's with the red chair? Nothing. It's just a piece of furniture. He looks at the chair gathering dust. Red paint is peeling off it. Looks like blood, no? Alright, let's move. What's this? Postcards are useful for money. And I can get a bow tie for some extra drama. Now, what does my necktie give me? Inland Empire, which is fun. But it's good to know that at any time... Oh. Oh, look at him trying to be all dapper. I mean... I'm not. I'm a complete mess. But look at him trying. Nothing else here? Okay. You know what, Harry? I like how many different ways you can play Harry. Because... like, the way I'm trying to play him is someone who has severely fucked up, but is still trying to do better. And as that Harry, I feel like he's coming across as almost kind of sweet. I am also stealing every fucking cent I come across. Not stealing. You can't see into the house from this angle. Inside you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering. Hi, lady. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
I'm going to put the volume up a little bit. So here's the thing. I can begin to see why Everard Clare wants to like demolish this stuff and build new stuff there. I can see that. But the way he's going about it is so wrong and so fucking scummy that I will not support him. If he wanted to like get investment to improve these houses, thumbs up. But he wants to essentially drive these people out in order to get cheap land to sell to investors. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts. Lean forward.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
I'm not here to cause trouble.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, Kim. Kim, you beautiful lad. Horrific necktie. Trouble? Say the second thing, Breton. Shows you got style. We're cops. We're Hellraisers. Click, click, bang, bang. Why would I say that? Fuck off, necktie. What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble. We take care of trouble.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Considered an ill omen. That makes sense. I ill omen, all right. What kind of ill omen are we talking
Oh,
about?
the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels. I am an ill omen. I feel like this is the accurate thing, because things don't go right when I'm around.
You're not. No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Well, people don't like us, and the first old person we met says we're ill omen. That's clearly what people believe.
Afraid.
Maybe they're afraid? Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns on chase you.
Jehu-eyes.
And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park your motor carriage.
Oh, we can walk.
And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure.
Cheem?
So are others.
Cheem. Welcome.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Where could someone stay around here? Maybe I can find a cheap place to stay. Stay? Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. Her soapy thumb points to the building behind her. Have I found the cheap place to stay? How much is it? I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill. From the village to the RCM. Can I get some fucking hyperclap in chat? I have found a free place to stay. There's this guy, Garte, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold. I'm not even going to find her. She's just a sweet lady. Don't make an old woman regret opening her ass to the police. You won't. No, I'm good now. I promise. The key appears from under her apron. She hands it to you. Well, if you're not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. He looks around and adds, here, in a shack. Him, I have no money. Just let me have this. I am fucking hobo cop, and I have found my hobo home. He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room. Oh god, Kim's such a sweetheart. I mean, admittedly, yes, this shack is better than the room I'm in. Should he? This environment encourages just one thing and one thing only, drinking. So does my current environment. Have you seen that room? Hobo cup with a home can still be a hobo, trust me. Horrific necktie. Finally, you have those lamos with martinets up your back, Breton. This looks like a great place to bring chicks. No, it doesn't. Hobo cup. What's in this fishing village? Just us? She sounds tired. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist. What do you mean? This is pretty much a non-place, she grins. A gap, a blank spot on the map, just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. Who else lives in this village? Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. She nods her head across the courtyard. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks, she sighs. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Untrue, Josh, because here you are loved. And when you are loved, that means you exist. Who? What drunks? Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. As she slowly shakes her head. Don't have to look long to find these guys. Thank you, Luca. Let us all confirm and acknowledge that Josh is, in fact, a cutie. Is there a way to make a little money around here? Here, for you? She lets out a dry chortle. No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women and then forgot about. You know what? That entirely explains the money just hanging around. Alright, there's another topic I'd like to address. What's further down the coast? Not much, she replies and wipes her forehead. There's the abandoned church, the DeLorean Church of Humanity. It's been there since before my time, even. Why is it abandoned? Some things just don't fly, officer. She smiles a gap-toothed smile and smells the air. Look around. Who'd go to church here? They built it 300 years ago. Must have been nicer then. So they don't hold services there anymore? The Ecclesiastes? No, they've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accidents, other things. The place never stays open. She frowns. It's a pity. It used to be such a nice church. She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking. Get the feeling you're leaving stuff out. What else is going on? Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. She scoffs. It started a few days ago and now it's blasting, even through the nights. Okay. Is this another fucking Everard Claire thing to try to drive people away? Because if it is, I'm angry. And now suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church. I don't like that. Interesting. You could look into this ruckus if you have the time. Perhaps the mysterious music is somehow connected to the case? A Rusalka, or a half-demonic Apsara singing. I mean, unlikely, but sure. What else is down the coast? Before you get to the church, there's some ruins, an apartment complex, or some kind of electrical plant. Run-down bunch of houses, empty. Also, yes, Luca, use it as a homeless shelter. Any church that does not welcome in the homeless is not a church. Because, you know, there's only a handful of people that Jesus was very specific about helping, and the homeless were among them. So, yeah. Which is it then? Apartments or electrical plant? I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something, she shrugs. Before the war. I wasn't here then, you know. I was born in Samara. Anything else of note? I mean, fuck, I agree with you, Luca. If a space is not being used, and also people are potentially freezing to death outside, this is a solved problem. It's my problem with the US, with Canada, with, frankly, almost every developed nation. I know the statistics for the US definitely, and I'm pretty sure they're true for Canada as well, but it pisses me off when a nation has more empty houses than homeless people. That is not a functioning society. Fucking 3-armed benches. Fucking 3-armed benches. That makes me angry. Of note, the old fish market up on the boardwalk, but it's closed. Who'd want to come to a fish market here? No one. That's why it's closed. After a long pause, she adds, "It was once a bustling place, back when I was young, and so was everyone else. Now what catch we do bring in, go straight into a lorry for the Delta or somewhere else." Anti-homeless infrastructure is one of these things. It doesn't help anybody except the people who want to be able to ignore the problem. What you should be trying to do, and it's difficult, and I admit I don't do as much as I could or should, but also I'm not a government. What you should be trying to do is help those people. If you want people not to be confronted by the problem, the best way to do that is to address the problem. Not to fucking put spikes under a bridge so people can get out of the rain. Also, hi Stitch, I love you. That's it. It's gotta be more along the coast. What, you're one of those real estate people with big plans? If you want a development opportunity, you can check out the abandoned building over at Land's End. Used to be a supply depot, we think, sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut, though. We tried to get in, see if there was anything to sell or scavenge, but it's impossible. She dropped the bar of soap into the bucket with a splash. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Tell me about yourself. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel, if that's what you're asking. And my married name is Sadie. Now your turn, Mr. I'm not going to introduce myself as Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau, even though I want to. Call me Harry. Why, I guess I will, Harry. Aye, it just rolls off the tongue. I used to know a Harry. Strong lad, but dumb as a rock. What happened to him? He did too many narcotics. So many he fell off his boat and split his skull on a boy. She rubbed soap off her hands. Folks who saw it say his head cracked open like a melon. Nasty, nasty. I am not going to get her signature. I refuse, actually. Tremble. The time is now. Excuse me, I can't read Greek. I think that's Greek. What time? Time for the show. For that. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. The countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream. What's that? Oh, good. More Greek. Now, I don't read Greek. So, when did this countdown begin? Monday morning, the moment you arrived in this reality. You are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread. Oh my god, that is an amazing line. You are the first crack in the sheer face of God. That is incredible. This is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it? Yes, you spoke the words of the something, and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you've marked yourself. I don't want to go through with this. I feel like this looks... Yeah, I don't like where this is going. I don't think this fits into the way I'm currently playing Harry. Harry is increasingly optimistic and trying to do his best, and I don't think this is that. I'm gonna opt out of this one. Okay, yes. Maybe it is just the hangover talking, or some kind of joke you're playing on yourself instead of working on the case. Well, that certainly occurred. Street sign is illegible from graffiti. Hi, kitties. Lillian's twin. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. He looks older than 5. Lillian's other twin. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. Hey, where's your mom? The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game. You guys look identical. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact you just stated. He looks just like me, the other one says. Yeah, I said that. The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. You're bad with kids, the lieutenant remarks with evident glee. Look, I started with Kuno. Kuno is my major experience of children. You can't blame me. Half-Life. Yo, what if the world ended in like 2 days because you were joking about Monday? Harry, bro, what the fuck? I gotta lay off the books. I am. Yes. Don't worry, everyone is. He looks at the little scruffy and then at you. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here. Bye, kids. Take care. Hard to see the details. The colors, all warm and welcoming, are cozy, though. What's this? A flower trough where nothing really grows. Maybe in spring. Hi, Arrow. Oh god, you'll remember 2012? And then how nothing has felt alive since then? It feels safe and warm in here, not like outside. I just stole their taxidermy thing, but it's worth quite a bit of money. And I need money. Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow. Someone put 12, 12, 12 graffiti on a bridge on a road I pass frequently, and it still makes me chuckle. Oh god, there's a girl here and I didn't see her. Little Lily. Hello, hello, mister. A young girl, barely 4 to 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She's looking at you with frank curiosity. I thought I updated MooBot so that it could take... No, I was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out how to make it take whatever you wrote, and I'm bad at MooBot, and MooBot can be confusing. So at the moment, Qt only works with users still. I must fix that. She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around. I heard there's a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you? Oh, she looks alarmed. I had gloves, very big ones, heavy too. Oh, I think you're right, Juice. Where did you get these gloves? Found them when Lammy and I were playing hide and seek in an empty house where no one lives. I think someone hid them there. Interesting. She doesn't want you to think she stole them. And where are the gloves now? She pouts. I hid them. The twins were going to take them. They're stupid. She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as though searching for confirmation. Yeah, Luca. Like, the music in the whole game is diegetic. That's fucking amazing. We're gonna need those gloves for important police business. He enunciates the last 2 words carefully. Honestly, the way this game plays with weird stuff is fucking rad. Oh, she doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part. They're in my sandcastle. She points somewhere outside. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good. Oh no. That's so sad. Where are your parents? My mum's outside, and I don't really know about my dad. She gives you a bright smile like it's a good thing. Oh, this child. Are the twins outside your brothers? Yes, she frowns. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. I don't want to break her castle, but I need the gloves. If I can avoid breaking the castle, I will. Suddenly she starts snickering. They look the same. Ha ha ha! Sometimes I can't tell them apart. That's why they responded like that when I said they're identical. I want to hug her too. They look identical, right? I said the same thing. They look identical. She slowly processes the word, then snickers with laughter. What's this? Show her the stuffed bird you took from the ceiling. It's a grouse, she yelps, smiling broadly. You might be able to get on Garte's good side if you replace the broken skua you almost certainly broke. Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds. Sure, I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry. What's that thing you're holding? It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of like she holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate. Lammy is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing and the fur is tattered in several parts. Why would I say he looks like he's falling apart? Don't be mean. Oh, she deserves the world. Lammy looks soft. Yes, very soft. Suddenly she pushes the stuffed animal toward your face. I don't deserve it. I'm scum. No. When a child wants you to feel their toy, you feel their toy. And equally, no, I'm not doing that. If a child hands you a phone, you fucking answer it. Let me be clear. If a child hands you a toy phone, you answer it. Press your cheek against Lammy. I healed morale from that. This is the best game ever. I'm done. This is the best game. I healed morale by putting my face against Lammy. Bye! The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. Fucking 15 out of 10 this game. Oh, that girl is so precious. Okay, well there's the sandcastle. Okay. In my defense, there isn't really anything to break. The rain has already done it. Weather has not been kind to Lily's sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network. Broken. The little castle? The lieutenant smiles a little. The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it slip into such decrepitude. Oh my god, Kim! You are... Oh, you are the king of my heart. Oh yeah. Accurate, Luca. Reach into the catacombs and pull out the shiny object. Okay, I found the armored gloves. Oh. The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse, and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets. Congratulations, that's the gauntlets down. We're doing good on the armor collection front. This is the best. I can wear the gloves, and they give me +2 interfacing instead of +1. Fucking, I'm gonna turn into a mech man? Oh. Look. The clenching and unclenching of your fists has never been so fun. The tiny ceramic plates make a lovely clicking sound when your fingers move. The gloves are a bit sandy, but the grip is phenomenal. No, Arrow, I did not find my gun. I found my badge. You know what, Tom? I don't even know if you're telling the truth or lying, and I don't care. As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock someone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. I'll be responsible with this. It's just to protect me from harm, not to show off. The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of the stuff could do for you. Excuse me. Crazy. I'll check in my inventory, but I don't have my gun yet. One down, 2 pieces to go. I want the full suit. This gear could line my pockets with cash. I could probably sell it to some other companies. That's a terrible thought. 1 down, 2 pieces to go. 2? Are you sure you're correct? There was a helmet too. 3 pieces more like. You're ambitious. Yeah, I want the full suit. The boots are at the morgue, yes. It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the arm. Figure out its vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities? Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it, observe its properties, see if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material. Half-Life, just fucking chill, bro. But I got a new potential thought. It really hurts to punch this arm. A sword wouldn't leave even a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off. Still, there must be some flaw in it that would allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is. Possibly by beating yourself while wearing it? Shooting yourself? Let's see. Yeah. I only have 1 point. I have 2 points. Okay. I'm just getting all the fucking things. Necktie is frequently a bad influence, but it didn't even suggest that. I wonder what to improve. I'll wait until I get something that I really need to level up. Which isn't yet. Nothing here looks interactable. Oh, except this. Rust-eaten letters say Mazout. The rear tire of the motor carriage adorns the wreaths. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revachol. Hopefully. That hopefully is doing a lot of work there. Okay. Whoops. You should come back here when it snows. A strange feeling. It passes quickly. Oh, I suspect I've been here when it snows. This area is so big. I'm honestly surprised at how big the world is. A dead phone, a smashed receiver, like someone hung up too hard. You can imagine why. Calls become terrible sometimes. I actually want to head back, because there are at least a few things further up that I completely missed out on. There is so much to explore in this world. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water, you. Very poetic, Harry. Now do your goddamn job. I like this place too. The thing is, it's poor, but I don't know. It feels kind of sincere in a sense.
Aye, officer.
Oh, here's Lillian. A woman in a raincoat stands on the quay, considering an overturned boat. A sword in a scabbard hangs from her hip. Oh, that's interesting.
Anything I can help you with?
That depends. Where are we
A
exactly?
fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Elysium. Interesting.
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
Interesting. I have questions. The first is, what's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions, and that was actually the second one.
Accurate. Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts. Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice. Nice sword. Does it come with the story? Unfortunately, the factory sold us one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. She smiles at her own joke. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. It is imposing. It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation. Why do you need intimidation tactics? From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men, and believe me, she adds, tittering, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. Why don't more women arm themselves if it's so effective? What makes you think we haven't? She smiles. The truth is that almost everyone in this life is scared and tired and stupid and too dull for that. That goes for men too, but they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Like anyone falls for that. That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her. Show her the wonder. Behold! Point to the expression on your face. The problem is, the expression is that, which is not going to convince her of anything, except maybe that she should use the sword on me. Oh. That's amazing. Show her the wonder. I'm not going to do that. Oh. Most people I've met are scared. No one wants to talk about how frightened they are, but only frightened people are really dangerous. Plenty of them are dangerous. She's not afraid, however. Does that make her not dangerous? Where are all the men now? Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. She looks down. And one of them I ended up marrying. Oh. Okay. Wait, why? If they're thick-headed... Guess I enjoyed the way he bled. Her expression doesn't change. It's hard to say if it's a joke. If it is, then why the melancholy? Where's your husband now? Gone. Gone? Coward! I would never leave anyone. No. Fuck no. He disappeared? Sounds like a missing person case. Oh, am I just gonna become the missing person cop? Oh, you remember last week when I just convinced a woman that her husband was missing? And then he was? Sounds like a missing person case. It absolutely does not, the lieutenant quickly interjects. We are not going to look for him. Kim, buddy. I'm sorry to tell you. No, there's nothing to find. He's dead, lost to the waves. Oh. Yeah, say no more. He died? Was he murdered? No. Say no more, wait for it to continue. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles. But you liked the way he bled. She really liked those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy. It's the sea. The sea. We must find out the truth. Kim, give me one of those arrest slips. I need to arrest the ocean. Yeah, death is nothing. I shit on death. You should have thrown yourself in the waves after him. Time really is the best cure for sorrow, isn't it? It's healthy to let go and move on. Gotta keep the wheel spinning. Incidentally, would you like to fuck a hobo cop? Not this hobo cop, but just, you know, I'm just finding out. Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. She crosses her arms. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. She glances at the village where 2 little kids are playing with what look like rocks. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids. This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another better drunk. Ask her. Both of you could use some action. You see, Tom, it's not just me. Electrochemistry agrees. Ready to go on a date with another better drunk. Do it! Hit on the widow. It's the right thing to do. Part of the reason I've got a -6 is because I don't know a good spot. I'm not going to. I just wanted to check that out. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. That was amazing. I'm looking for someone. Maybe you can help. Let's see. She tilts her head ever so slightly. Who are you looking for? I'm looking for missing cryptozoologists. Ugh. She frowns, thinking. I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? People who look for animals who are hard to find. I'm not going to say imaginary, because... Okay. Completely unrelated to the game, but related to cryptozoology. I still hope for Bigfoot. I don't 100% believe in Bigfoot, but I hope. Because you know what? Until the 50s, I think it was the 1950s, the mountain gorilla was considered to be, like, a myth. And now it's just, like, they're in fucking zoos. And I still hope for Bigfoot. So I'm gonna say animals who are hard to find. Juice, I'm terrified of what this is. Kind of the same, Luca. I don't believe, but I want. Juice, what the fuck? How are you so quick at that? Juice, please, you have to post that in the meme meadow. As she exclaims, like snowmen. I haven't heard about those. Oh, I'm so glad. 2 odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Where'd they go? I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. She points north. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? A working-class husband. Yeah, I'm not really looking for that anymore. Not much into the middle-class ones either. She sucks. I could use some landed gentry, but apparently they don't make those anymore. Maybe I'm landed gentry. The husband isn't for me. I'm looking for him for his wife. Wish I could help you with that, but I haven't seen your working-class husband. Maybe I can help you find someone else? She seems genuinely sorry for not being able to help you. That's it. I'm not looking for anyone else right now. Well, how can I assist you, officer? Is that your boat? Sure is. The Sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue. Sunny days? Hi. She looks at the rain circles on the water. Sunny days. You got a problem with that? No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days. Good. Could have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff. Bad news for the nets. Bad news for the kids. There's a moment's silence. She looks at the rain streaming down the yellow belly of the boat. When do you think the boat will be ready? In time, she replies with a nod and adds, when the sea turns and the winds settle, she'll be ready. I don't want to get her signature. I refuse. I like her. What are these doing in the fish? Boots? Franco-Nigerian cavalry boots, which give me improved perception. She's honestly very nice. My current shoes give me +1 composure, -1 self-warfare. Honestly, I'd rather have better perception. I've got so many clothes now. I could just go into... Can I swim in this game? The ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp. No, I cannot. The planks creak beneath your weight. This boat is floating freely in the water, unmoored. Well, that doesn't seem ideal, but you know. Okay, time to explore more. I'm glad I spoke to her, though. Mostly because I love her. Did I look in this building? I don't think I did. I think I missed it. Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Also, people. Wait. A thing to open. With magnesium and more money. So much money. Who are these guys? Are these the drunks?
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
I mean, that's pretty accurate, Tom. What are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. Also, I have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
His name is Rosemary? That's so interesting. Okay, wow. Bertushka, you feel your necktie strangle you with excitement. The spirit. Let's buy the spirit. 300 real is a lot, but this has to be done. It's our end game. Oh no. This is just another stupid drunk idea I'm having that I'm attributing to my necktie. This is the mystery and the truth, and I need to buy that spirit. What if I don't want to listen to my necktie anymore? Snap out of it, Bertan. This is no time for melancholy introspection. It's time to buy that spirit. No, I'm trying to be sober. Bertan, you don't understand. It's not just another drink. This is what our relationship has been building towards all these years. This is the climax, the mystery, the virginal sigh. You have to buy it from him. Get it off him. Kill him if you have to. Our ultimate fate depends on it, and the fate of many worlds. The lieutenant looks at you, looking at the bottle of spirit. Then at Rosemary, suspiciously. I'm sorry, I just got a task. The horrific necktie is getting ready for the endgame. For the love of God, do not remove it till the magic happens. Quite the business venture you've set up. Oh, he gets a proud gleam in his eye. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard. What do you mean? You see, friend, he raises his index finger. Man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liqueur exquise. Sold 2 to the fellow around here and immediately invested the profit. I can take it off, Luca. I can swap it for a bow tie. Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook. He spreads his arms and smiles a crooked, toothless smile. I can take it off if I want to. I'm just leaving it on for now because I think it adds a lot of spice to the conversation. Looks like you're on your own hook, too. Of course, of course, of course. The drunk raises his pilsner and nods. It's what it is, you know. What it's always been. People, buddy boy, it's the people. Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real? See, friend, he brings out a 1-liter bottle with bluish liquid. The mouth is corked shut. It's real valuable. Worth every real if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. Let him speak. You know, it's funny, actually. He bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his pilsner and stares at you intently. He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze. What is? What? What do you mean, what? What did you think was funny earlier? This guy, he says and shakes his index finger at you. Conversation might bring a discount, no? Where did you get the bottle of spirits from? Oh, this is medicinal spirits, the good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. Oh, this is a good way to commit suicide via alcohol poisoning. He ain't shitting you. Medicinal spirits are a blast, Breton. The flaming truth of this joke of a world. I got one of those scientific ampules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. His voice rings with pride. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go. That's a good tip. I should remember it. Well, it really isn't, he croaks. In a week, the goddamn kidneys start giving me all kinds of hell. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Yeah, it's probably like 90% plus. It's the kind of stuff that will kill you. Or it could even be pure alcohol. Which is just like, this is how your kidneys die. Those assholes, he gets visibly angry. Those assholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all. Have they no shame taking money for a service they provide? I'm just gonna ask him how he came out on top. The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies. He gets an excited gleam in his eyes. Is this fucking... What's that stuff called? Not methanol. The preservative you get in jars with, like, dead snakes. Swipe 3 cans of formaldehyde. That's the one. Swipe 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. Yeah, this is fucking formaldehyde? What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. He shakes the bottle. 98.7%. Almost pure alcohol. 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. He nods at his companions. But this last one is yours for 3 real if you want it. Don't say it. So it went from 300 to 3. I think it will prove useful, yes. Here's the thing, for 3 Real, I'm not going to drink it. But this gets it away from this dude who is mad, and hopefully will have some uses. 3 Real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime. Well done. You got it. That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense. Here's the money for the spirits. He hands you the bottle. Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend. Breton, I'm so proud. Now, whatever you do, don't drink it. This deserves so much more than regular oral consumption. Oh my god. There's no good alternative to that. Every possible other way to take this in is terrible. The tie is so on the money there. Up the bum it goes. I didn't want to say anal, but like, come on. I don't know. Sounds like it's going to turbo boost my alcohol habit. My regular alcohol habits got me enough trouble already. No, Breton. This is different. This is so good. It's going to get you out of trouble. We're going to use it in the most extravagant manner. Yeah, that's the barber cleaning liquid is basically diluted formaldehyde juice. It's the same shit. But I don't want to put it up my bum. Somebody please clip me saying that and send it to Vegeta. Like, I need that for posterity. Or just, like, post it in the clip channel and at Vegeta. Saying the phrase, I don't want to put it up my bum. Because Vegeta always insists that I'm a bottom. Thank you, Luca. If it's been too long, I'll just sit here so I can say it again. Oh, what is this game? What even is this game? I love it. Okay. You're right, Juice. Frankly, even if it's not, I will clip it out of the bud. Because that line is too good. Who said anything about putting it up there? No, we're gonna put it in a way more special place. So special. Just hang on to it. Keep it safe. Wait for my son. Oh. Soon. The time will come soon. Have patience, brave one. I'm getting a really dark vibe from this. This won't be pretty. In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend, but come back anyway. He waves you off. Okay, so... Fuck my necktie. I actually don't want to be involved with that. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Wait, no, I'm not running all the way around for whatever that is. Money! Curious about these two. Thank you, Luca, and thank you for the very, very good, title. Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail, grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away. The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't call Abigail.
Is this the husband? Who is Abigail?
Abigail. Dump your fucking car, Abigail.
He draws out a disgusting snort, then mumbles, waving a finger in your general direction. Don't fucking call Abigail. Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. Calling her wouldn't make it any better or worse. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life, but this guy's a little too drunk. Who are you? What's your name? His eyes move around erratically, the look in them hazy and unfocused. Don't call Abigail, he says. Every time it shows up, Arrow, I never use it, but it's just... It's so... Oh? Oh. Fucking vegeta. Oh. Oh, Vegeta is such a treasure. Why shouldn't I call Abigail? He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer. Lean in. His breath smells harsh, like a toxic swamp, as he whispers to you, "Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail." He then waves his hand as if shooing you away. Tell me about your friends? He glares at you. Don't you fucking call her, hear me? His voice trembles with every word, becoming ever weaker. Abigail, he whimpers at the end. Yeah, this guy is not helpful.
Hey, tequila!
A 30-something man clad in a two-piece lycra tracksuit puts down his pilsner and extends his hand
Good
in
to
greeting.
see ya! How's business? How's the old reality situation treating ya?
Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high concept reality-based adventures proceeding?
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it is like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later. Oh, Inland Empire is a thing of beauty. I have re-entered reality to conquer it, to bend it to my will. I'm gonna say it, Arrow. I am the law.
That's the spirit I used to shape reality into my image a long time ago, but these days are over now.
He looks at his shit-stained lycra jacket with a grim expression.
Sadly, things ain't going that well in Idiot Doomspiral land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of arse back. No word from my business buddies.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks. Fuck! Get these two drunks to sign the letter? That's perfect. That's perfect. Everard will never know, but it's impossible to follow up. Oh, did you and your pals sign this document? What's it about? He waves his hand apathetically. I'll let my hand address the situation. Maybe you've heard? I used to be a very successful businessman. I've signed more than a few lease forms or whatever the fuck they were. He looks around. Anyone's got a pen? The pro's gonna do it. I need a pen. No, unfortunately. I got a freebie when I purchased a whole carton of cigarettes. He produces a white pen with brown logos. Smoke cigarettes, get a free pen. Deals don't come any sweeter. Yes. The writing under the tiny crown logo reads Royal Extra. Thanks, Rosie. He grabs the pen and paper from your hands and very carefully scribbles on the dotted line, Idiot Doom Spiral. That's fucking incredible. I need at least 2 signatures on the document. Hey, Abs! He shouts to the mumbling drunkard next to him. Hey, Abs! The man looks around confused. Don't you call Abigail. I need you to sign this document right here. He waves the paper and pen in front of the man's face. It's important. Don't call her. His trembling hand catches the paperwork. He lays it out on his knee and starts writing slowly. The handwriting is almost illegible due to his shaky hands. His friend grabs the document and admires it. Dom Claw Abwaquil? Good job, Abs. Nailed it. He hands it back to you. Possibly, Luca? I'm not sure. This is a drunk working class man who is across the river, who's desperate for us not to contact his wife or girlfriend, so it's possible. You've done a great service to the village, to the RCM, and to Revachol. Hey guys, we're heroes! He waves his hand erratically to the other guys. About fucking time, man. I've done my duty. He brings his hand up to his head for a salute. Fuck yes. Don't call Abigail, he snorts and takes a swig from his bottle. The bottle is empty. Thank you for your services, gentlemen. He turns to you. Should we go and mail this? I think I saw a mailbox in the plaza. Mailbox, plaza, got it. I am so happy. I don't actually know exactly. Oh, there's more stuff here. A drop in temperature, an easy flow of air, an empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps, just silent. What did the smoke smell like? Fuck yes, Luca. Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the buildings. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley, craters filled with black asphalt. The asphalt first blade is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance. Who are the people who live across the road? A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware. His boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money, but only slightly. What about the bus stop? Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost. What about the road? Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It's a vital artery for flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn. Well, that brought the whole tone down, and the tone was pretty down already. The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair. Oh, can I not get past here? Okay, this is how they block off that part. That's perfectly fine. I cannot, Luca. Literally. Little black swallow circles above you. You hear it chirp. Oh? Oh? Things? Mayhaps people? Can I get up here? I'm not seeing how if I can. Oh. Oh, things. Oh, I said things. Oh, person. There's a person there. There are things here. This is all very exciting. More money. Also, I do think that moment where the guy forgets that he was going to charge you 300 real and then charges you 3 is one of the most beautiful pieces of writing in the game. Hypno Gamma? That's interesting. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Fuck yes. The boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. This is so cool. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of the shaded bench, covering it in rust. Scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other. Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here. Correct. The lieutenant examines the wall closely. The density of the bullet holes is unusual, even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinet's sense. Grim affairs. Meaning this is a lot of bullet holes. He brushes the wall with his hand. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire, something you don't see these days. Why not? Manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world. Why this many bullet holes? Can I change my clothes to up my visual calculus score? My glasses give me +1 visual calculus. Well, let's first see what there is. Tom, thank you so much for the subscription. No, not Tom. Anonymous gave a subscription to Tom? Well, thank you, Anonymous. That's incredibly kind. I have a suspicion who it is, but I'm not going to call them out because they chose to be anonymous. But thank you so much. That is an incredibly kind gift. Can I improve my visual calculus at all? Probably not. But, you know, I get to try. That's +1 visual calculus. Nice. And that would be -1, which I don't want. So, I've currently got +2 visual calculus. It was Tom's alt account. You know what? I would almost believe that. 17% chats. Chat, roll the dice with me. Nope. Unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in the hypothesis. I'm dumb. Oof! That hurt my morale. The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth. Smiling but deadly. Laughing at you and the world and the living. It was all Arrow's fault. No, not that one. I actually like my RCM jacket, though. RCM patrol cloak or RCM commander's jacket. I'll go with my commander's jacket for now. The sign says, I'm assuming, something in the region of no entry. The boards crack dangerously as you run. Be careful here. Oh, I'm actually going to switch off run. I'm not sure it actually makes a difference, but you know. Potent Pilsner. Hell yeah. Wait, it's a tool. So yeah, alcohol gives you +1 physique, -1 morale, or at least that does. Okay, they both do the same thing. So if I ever need to punch something, I can get it. Entry prohibited. Thank you for translating the French, which I don't really know. The door is not only barred shut, it's inaccessible. I think this is the building the lady was telling me about. +2 logic, -1 perception. Nice. Whoops. Come on. There we go. How can I get here, I wonder? Oh, an old ticket taker booth. No longer in operation. People paid money to park here? No one would pay now. That's interesting. Oh, thank you for the posture check and the hydrate juice. It was anonymous, Tom. I have a suspicion as to who it is, but I genuinely can't tell you. There are some claims that it was Tom's alt account. Which, if it was, bravo, sir. Oh, cryptozoologist?
Here we go. Nice and easy.
Yes.
No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. Excuse me. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices
Who's there?
it.
Oh, the police. Hello, officer.
Is that the police? Why's the police here?
Gary the crypto-fascist? Okay, just fucking call him Elon Musk.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Ah, of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damned water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage. But it's fixed now. You can go back. I'm gonna withhold parts of that story. The water lock's been fixed. It was fine when I pressed it.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gaddy could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
The crypto-fascist? What is that?
Yes, Gaddy, we can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Sounds like Gam, but worse. For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him. Sure, Luca. Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for. Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying trap for it. What makes it so difficult to find? Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. He looks around. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? I mean, you're not wrong, Luca. You know what? I don't watch as many of his streams as I would like to, especially when he does Kingdom Hearts stuff, because I'm just not interested. But God, Gam is just a delight. I really, really like Gam. And I've grown to like him more. What sorts of specialized techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself? It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen. Yes, it makes perfect sense. Beginning to suspect there is something paranatural about this phasmid. How big is this phasmid? I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea juensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So, he leaves the conclusion up to you. Seems puny, to be honest. But yes. Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Aren't there more sensational animals out there? He flashes you a sideways smile. Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long, he shakes his head. Would be glory itself. What have you discovered about it so far? Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third hand accounts. So no one's ever found one? Not yet, he holds up an index finger. That's what makes it a cryptid. The lieutenant interjects. Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real? I know it's real, the cryptozoologist says briskly. Briskly enough that even he seems taken aback by it. By which I mean, he says, gathering himself, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition. Lennis said there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez. Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for the species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore. Maybe the phasmid has died out? The cryptozoologist shakes his head vigorously. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. Hey, that's right. Parthenogenesis is... I'm sure he will explain it. I rolled so low. Yes, the females don't need males to reproduce. Makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions. I know some sharks can do that. There are a couple of situations where creatures can just essentially, what's the word? They basically self-fertilize. It's not ideal because it doesn't, like, genes being switched is how evolution happens, and that's crucial to adaptation. But in extreme circumstances, it still allows the species to survive. Females producing without males, a travesty, a crime against passion and common sense. But that's pretty clever. Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. Also, yes, chat, take your meds. If you have any meds you need to take, please take them. Have some water, eat some food, have a stretch. Take care of yourself. Tell me more about these traps. Well, he points at the cage of mesh and wiring on the ground. They may not look impressive, but Leonard designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick. Leonard designed the traps? Yes, he says with some pride. How do they work? Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. Kind of lobster trappish. At least that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton. He mentioned locusts as bait? Yeah. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course, but we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects. Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely. Thank you for your opinion. We've also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism. Not a big fan of skepticism, this one. What will you do if the traps don't work? They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought. The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing. Let me ask you about something else. Lena seems pretty eager for you to return. And I'm eager to return to you, I assure you. But I can't leave before we've finished with these traps. He looks south where Lena should be. My wife understands just as well as anyone. Come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back. And leave the traps? Absolutely not, he yells in response. I won't let Lena down. Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon. I'm kind of on Gary's side, crypto-fascist or not. I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena. Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting on record, one of only 4 this century, and it's hers. Really? She sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that. Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. He coughs, then continues. Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now. Another cough into his fist this time. Yeah, maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, and then come back to check the traps later. Like, I get that he wants to do this, but the fact that he's repeatedly coughing is probably not great. No, the traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel? He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting. Yeah, what if we check the traps for you? He looks at you with obvious surprise. I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Chaos is my method. I am its sire. Well, he doesn't know what to say. Be that as it may, I'd really appreciate your help. Where are these traps? There are 4 in total. One is to the south on this little peninsula by the boathouses there. He points south. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there on your way to the old radio tower after the church. The third is set near the canal where you crossed by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, he gestures to the trap in front of him. You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still. Better safe and stupid than sorry. That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture? Pursuit of knowledge is its own justification. Is it? He doesn't look too convinced, but the small shrug indicates, why not? If you think it's important, you have been right before. What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps? Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight. What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild? That's highly unlikely, officer, but in the event you do, he takes out a small white spray can. I'll spray you with the pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromones should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last about a week. Lay it... You know what? Fuck it. I'm all in now. I am all in on this weird pheromone adventure. Oh my god, I got a skill point for that. He dazzles you with the odd-smelling spray and then gives you a satisfied moan. This is a smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water. The lieutenant wrinkles his nose. I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water. It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research. He looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray back in his pocket. I'm ready. Let's get to it. Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the world. Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance. Finally, someone's talking sense. Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it. I'm not interested in how he became a cryptozoologist, to be honest. So let's just go. Stealth! How are you, Stealth? Oh, by the way, Stealth, I bought some formaldehyde. Possibly to drink. So that's going to be fun. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. Oh no, Stealth. I assume that's for school, but still. So one of the traps should be... There we go. There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building loom over the reeds. They whisper amongst themselves confidentially. Snowflakes cling to their shivering stems. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. Reach for the trap. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them. Big surprise, the lieutenant grins mirthlessly. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping some citizens and getting some fresh air. I meant no offense, just the lieutenant doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you putting the trap back on the ground. Oh, I love Kim. Luke, what? Where did this come from? He said check these last, so you know. I'll listen to him. Wait, we getting raptured? Hi, man and son.
And Mikhail, notice the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You, officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez. I'm Trant Heidelstadt. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
I don't trust this guy. I don't.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. You and Kim know each other?
I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms, when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again. This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? I'm assuming they're doing like worms instead of dragons, but it just makes me think of Worms the game. What's so fascinating about an empty old building? Also, yes, hi, Gothic. Aha, but it's not just any empty old building. He raises his hand to his eyes to shield himself from the freezing snow. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you. You know what, Juice? I'm not even going to complain. that was what was needed. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom. Hold on, what's R&D? The building looks old and weather-worn, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest in the broken windowsill. What's an R&D department? Apologies, it's an acronym for Research and Development. They don't use it anymore. He smiles brightly, laugh lines around his eyes. Oh, he's just too nice, I don't trust him. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development. You know what, Stealth? That is untrue. Juice hates the former, but not the latter. Mea culpa, you are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead. I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical. That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. He adjusts his suit jacket. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Oh, you're right, Luca. Rad would have been so rad. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. He gestured towards the building. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve. He grins. I'm mixing my metaphors here. What was that ace? It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for, he pauses for effect, a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-at-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants Ream, ICN, and ZAM haven't achieved yet. He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced. What happened? Indeed what? The revolution? The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve. He nods. Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. He pauses, pointing to the other buildings, then continues. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for the middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Oh yeah, I agree. The child is good. What happened to the engineers, the company people? Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. He smiled again, as if he's somehow personally responsible for this bleak turn of events. But the story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers, what did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers? There's a cool Easter egg about this. If you look at the edge of the column of text the dialogue is in, as in the fact that this is Feld playback, the fact that this is taking place on one of their tape computers. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, thank you so much for pointing that out. I would never have noticed that. Like, I saw the writing, but I didn't really pay attention to it. Oh, that's cool. It's these little details that make this game stand out so much. Seriously, thank you so much for pointing that out. That's really cool. They use them for military communications, he says, while his son looks up, idly chewing on the corner of his worm-themed coloring book. but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Les Directs de Mars, as in, Decrete. Declaration of war, I'm guessing? What was that? March Decree. What's the March Decree? I mean the radio transmission set out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. No, I know. Frankly, it doesn't have to be story related. I feel like so many of the cool things about this game are not story related. They're just world building related. And little things like that. The fact that this text is taking place on equipment that actually exists in this world, it's so clever. I love it when people point that out. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album. I cannot pronounce that. I'm not even going to try to butcher it. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. He looks at his son, who starts giggling, his face hidden behind the book. Tried to. Someone is much more interested in worms to be paying attention. Was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention. He's also a child. The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion. How did those tape computers work? Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. He raises his finger, remembering something. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition of the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center in Frederfort, Oranje. I'm sorry. Look, I know Dutch can be a very funny language, but the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center, I fucking love it. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ackerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Yost joined the team. Wait, did he just say Wompty Dumpty Dom Center? Okay, I'm fucking glad that the game picked it up. You may have started this game from scratch, not even completing it just randomly, maybe 6 or 7 times now, just to see how different builds play out the first and second day. You know what? I don't think it is a stupid way to experience the game. There are just so many incredible things to experience in this game that, like, I'm happy to be following a single path. I really am. I'm going through a single build, choosing the paths I like, but at the same time, there are so many different ways to do it that I don't blame you at all for just continually restarting to experience different things. The writing is so good that I fully get the desire to experience more of it. He did it. He said Wompty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dom Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Yost? Good insulin kisses. I am on board. It's a good name. Okay, the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center, Paul Ackerman, Keith and Guy Yost. What are you talking about? I have to hit him with this. I have to say this. The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center for Contemporary Art. There it is again, those words. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ackerman, chose to... You're making this up. Turn to the lieutenant. Kim, is he making this up? Come on, there is no place called the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center of Art. I have to do this first one. Oh my god, I got a thought For Humpty Dumpty Dumb Center? Oh my god. No, this game is too good. In fact, I am not. The Humpty Dumpty Dom Center, he says casually, is the place you can visit if you're ever in Freerport and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. He clears his throat. Oh, but perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing. Freerport is also a town in, I forget, I think it's Namibia? No, okay, so I was right, it is South Africa. In fact, there's a place called the Freerport Crater, which is the largest verified impact crater on Earth. At 300 kilometers across. Like, it's not still that size because, you know, geological activity. But, yeah. It's kind of rad. Anyway. Nod. Cool. Very, very cool, he agrees. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The failed playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07. The failed playback experiment? Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the failed playback experience, but those are incorrect. Why did the revolutionaries destroy it? Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building. He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind. I wanted to ask you something else. But of course, what else? You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money? I'm not. I'm not. I've got enough money. I've got a place to live. Fuck it. I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here. He brushes it off like it's nothing at all. He's not going to give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling. I don't want your money. I just wanted to see whether my profiling skills were working. Of course, detective. I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact, he looks up again, a playful hint shining in his eyes. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states. Have you read it? If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to my mind. He squeezes his son's shoulder lightly. You were saying? Thank you for all the interesting information. No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed. I got nothing out of that, but I loved it. Yes, more money. Another power box. It charged with nothing now. It's empty. The fence blocks the path. No way on from here. I'm curious that I can't climb this ladder. I mean, look at it. But still. I can get some even more health back. Yeah, he comes across that way, Luca. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. It's only a shadow of peeled letters. No, sorry, now only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away. Looks like tomorrow never came. The lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Honestly, I really love the details in this game. The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Try to see inside. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? No, he shakes his head. The windows rattle in their frames. I won't even try. You know, he takes his glasses off. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes because he had to show me things. It's that bad. This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer. Maybe some other small talk? Can you still shoot, though? Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting course a 7 out of 10. Honestly, that's pretty good. Also, I've got some points to burn. So the question is, do I want to take Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? Oh. I don't think I want to take too many things all at once. Let me improve some of these things. Suggestion has been useful for me. I'm scared of Half-Light at the moment. Encyclopedia is occasionally useful, but it's not that great. Perception is useful. Interfacing is nice. I think I'm going to take interfacing. Oh. Oh, a thing. I can come back to those other things later. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome. A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change. I don't need to call anyone, though. Why am I doing this? Put 10 cents in and dial a random number. I got 10 cents to burn. Calling? Still calling? This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up. Pierre? Is that you, Pierre? The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. Oh no. Why do I keep doing these terrible things by mistake? No, this is not Pierre. Do you have any news about Pierre? Who is Pierre? He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish. And I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country. The woman moans and the phone line howls in unison with her. No, I'm a police officer. To hell with the police! To hell with you! Her voice is drowned out in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not. Okay. That was silly and I enjoyed it. Buzz, hum. The electricity flows through the wires with audible power. It looks like you can call multiple people. Like, it looks like a random number every time. Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. Take a closer look. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. Fine. I will go back and call someone else. Seems like it seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mask. Please tell me you're not taking that with you. It might be a clue. A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jackets? Could have been multiple seagulls. The lieutenant sighs. You should still take it. Okay, but before I take it, let me call again. Again? Seriously? Someone with a masculine voice picks up. Hello, Gerard speaking. Gerard? What a douche name. Change it. Change your name. What are you, like 5? A woman's voice shouts something in the background, and then Gerard speaks. And when Gerard speaks again, his voice is hushed. Thanks for calling, asshole. Mr. Socially Awkward, thank you very much for the follow. You are truly some pig. Phone hanging up. Okay, but... Still calling. Still calling. Stop calling me, man! Someone picks up. The voice on the other end is slightly hysterical. I'll get your money, alright. I just need till tonight. Let me work. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Look at option 2. I want this delivered to the Whirling in Rags and Martinez, which means I can be there to... We could all be a bit kinder to each other, don't you think? Consider your debt paid, my friend. That won't help, because then You seem to be in some sort of trouble. Maybe I can help you. I'm a police officer. Another side quest? The phone gets hanged up fast as lightning. All you hear is a little shuffle of nylon as the hand moves on the other end. Aww. I genuinely wanted to help him. A single lets you know the lieutenant is ready to move on. Okay, Kim, but once... This is the last one. I'm tired, a man answers fast this time. His voice is hoarse from cigarettes. You hear typing in the background. Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while. What are you tired of? Writing. I hate writing so much, but I have to get back to it. The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Oh! Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying. Dial a random number with your eyes closed. Yo! Socially Awkward, thank you so much for the sub. You're now a white ribbon pig. Thank you very much and welcome. You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial, then pull down on the number. Then move one up and repeat the motion twice. Strange. This is not how you started before. Keep dialing. 414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air. I'm glad you like it. It's something I really like about the streams. They're silly but cute. Oh no, I feel like something very bad is happening. 1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling. There's more. Yes. 45167451. You're going deeper now into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication network. Oh. 451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The handset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. Excuse me, you think? But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your ear fills with crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. The little bird starts ringing in there. Not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage of distortion, far away, a distant network of foes. Thank you, Summer. Sure, Luca. Yeah, so my art was done by another member of my stream team, called Tachich. In fact, Juice, if you could, yeah, I'm here. I'll just quickly shout him out. I think it's TH. Yeah. Tachich made my stream layout. He made my pig. He made most of my emotes except for one, which I'm very proud of. My munch emote I did by myself. Yeah, he's a very, very good artist. Plays a lot of Overwatch as well. Definitely worth a follow. Calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world. Both pitiful and terrifying. You feel your pulse rising with each ring. I didn't expect this to keep happening. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm. Your breathing is heavy. I have a 3% chance to hang up. Let it call more. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small, the dearest thing you've ever heard. I was worried something like this might be coming.
Hello?
She sounds sleepy. Oh. Hello? I want to die. Who is this? I'm a revolutionary servant of humanity. I will free mankind and abolish the classes. I will raise the dead. I feel like number 2 is actually the most appropriate in terms of how he would respond. And so I'm going to go with it.
What?
It takes a second for her to realize what you said. Your voice makes me want to turn into dust.
Oh no. Is that you?
Her voice sounds like she's waking up now. Still plaintive, tired. Who is this?
Who is this? The connection is bad.
Oh. Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you, to make it possible to live. And fight. In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle. Oh. Oh. Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to the last thing. It doesn't matter if you react or not. You still think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and white noise. Your voice is so beautiful.
No. It's you, isn't it? It's you.
Hello.
Who is this?
Oh. Things, I don't want to say this line. Just because this does not fit the tone at all. Goodbye. Asai, she heard you, but she does not hang up. And neither do you. You can't. That's it. You're caught in a trap. It'll take a while for the shit circus to end now. Okay, I will say the thing. I kind of get the feeling that he musters everything in him to try to say something profound, and this is what he comes up with.
You're not a revolutionary, Harry. You're drunk.
Get some morale back. You only have 2, maybe 3 things left to say before the change runs out. She knows him. Right at the very beginning, he had this vague memory of like an ex-wife. And I think this is her. That's why his fingers knew the number he was dialing. Because he's dialed it before. A lot of times. I'm not drunk or high. I'm just hurt. Why does it hurt to talk to you?
Oh, God.
Say nothing.
Do you know what time it is? It's so late here.
Sounds like she's looking for a clock on the nightstand.
It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
I am the law. I'm a detective. I'm doing a case. There's a hanged man. Yeah, you sound like you know me. Is there someone with you? Sounds like a very difficult thing to do.
What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain. Where are you? You sound like you're in another world.
I'm in Morova, sleeping.
My heart hurts. I'm having a heart attack.
Oh no, please stop. Please, let's just hang up.
Hang up. Your hand isn't moving. The headset hisses in your ear with evil sadness. Okay, I'm gonna ask the question.
Yes.
Someone there with her. Where are you going in 2 hours? To work. Say nothing. This is killing me more than anything else I've done in the game, which kind of feels appropriate. Do you want to party?
No. I want to go to sleep.
I am the law. I'm a detective. I'm doing a case. There's a hanged man. She does not answer anymore. I know, but this is... Here's the thing. The fact that she doesn't sound angry, she sounds tired, is very thematically appropriate. But it hurts. It hurts so much because she doesn't hate him. She just can't deal with him. And that's way worse. None of it matters. Not anymore.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money. Yeah, I agree, Juice. Well, that certainly happened. I kind of feel like, how am I meant to keep playing this game? Ooh. I forget who Joyce is. But I think I have. I've spoken to a lot of people. Yes, actually no, I don't think I've spoken to Joyce about that. I've spoken to her about plenty of things, but I don't think that. Interestingly, the filthy jacket cannot be worn. Interact. How did this jacket get so... As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. Like, I spoke to Joyce about a lot of things. So I may even have spoken about that. But just, this one is just... Yeah, it's very well written. And... like, unpleasantly well written, to be honest. It's very difficult to listen to that. As I said, the fact that she's not angry, she doesn't hate him, she's just... everything that could be talked about has been talked about. There's nothing more. And that sucks. It's a sordid and filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore. Okay, but what's the crust made of? Somehow it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. Okay, that's pretty disgusting. Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands, they're covered in muck. Flick your hands. Oh, good. I'm just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out. Oh, good. So, I called my ex-wife, and then got shit on my hands. You know, a good day. More bottles. Oh, that was rough, though. Coin-operated weighing machine. Hasn't been used for a decade. There we go. I knew one of these had a thing. Ooh! +2 encyclopedia. Mega Beano's prescription lenses. -1 perception, but better encyclopedia. Makes me smarter. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. A thing with another postcard. Nice. A makeshift route. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. Are they really vagrants if they're just trying to survive in an abandoned place? Hey, 69 cents. That makes me happy, even if nothing else does. A big wine canister. It's open and empty. Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. The smell. It's awful and familiar. Hold on, that is awful. Doesn't help. You can still smell it. What is it? Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness? Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be. Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here. Lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. Is there a fucking another murder? No, just a person who's died. Working class corpse. Oh no, we were looking for a working class husband. A man lies on the boardwalk. his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits, in his cramped hand a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there. Hold on. The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days, no longer. Oh, that matches the time that the working class husband has been missing. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. We need to investigate. Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. I just want to check. Doesn't include his description, unfortunately. Study the man's clothes. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. It's him. It's definitely him. His jacket had a blue lining. That's one of the things she mentioned. Well, so this stream was going well, and then in the past, 5 minutes, he made the jacket just for him, and he loved it, and even when it wasn't great, she tried to throw it out, and he took it back because he loved the jacket she made him. With the bright blue lining. And he didn't wear the warm jacket because this was his favorite. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no, this sounds terribly familiar. Folded library card. I thought it was the dude who didn't want me to call Abigail. That was way better than this. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card, folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand. Good, we should take a look at that library card after this is done. Study the man himself. The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still tangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine or 1.5 of spirits. Or maybe it was just dark. Examine his face. His expression is dull like the sea behind him, drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters, curly hair, stout build, age approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died, confused and alone most likely, overcome with the awful surprise of it all. Oh. There's some dried blood on the metal bench right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clenched in his fist. Examine his head. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to the touch. This is what killed him. I don't see any other major wounds, do you? No, just this one at the back of his head. Seems like a head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench. Step on the floorboards. They screech under your feet, ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was what caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. Examine the bottle. A 0.75 liter Tulula vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's a mid-market spirits, with a slight touch of methanol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time. This just went places I didn't want it to go. Like, we were having so much fun last stream when we finally convinced the woman that her husband was missing, because she said he wasn't missing. Ha ha ha. It was so funny. And we eventually convinced her. And for this to be the end of that is just so heartbreaking. Also true, Stitch. What Lucas says is true. You make everything better. Your mere presence brightens my life and the lives of those around me, I'm sure. Terror all around us. He looks at 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper. Oh, I fucking agree with you, Kim. I'm not going to. True, it feels disrespectful. And thank you, Arrow, for confirming the incredible, mind-blowing cuteness of Stitch. Examine the chewing gum wrapper. Rubovsky spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. Look in. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. You ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, the lieutenant shudders from the cold. I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same. Who is this man? Looks like one of the locals. You'd have to know the spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. He looks south the way you came. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think? A dead working class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is. Yeah, we know who this is. It's the working class woman's missing husband. Dead on the boardwalk. The woman you met at the book stand? He looked at the bundle of flesh and rags lying on the ground. Why do you think it's her husband? The leather jacket matches her description perfectly. The bright blue lining? He nods, then points at the ring on the man's left hand. Well, he's definitely someone's husband. What do you think happened here? Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. I'm not even going to ask, because it's not related to the lynching. He was definitely drunk. What about the kebab? What about it? The deceased ate some kebab, he shrugs. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks. Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab. I don't think there's anything else. We know he was drunk. I don't think it's related to the lynching. It's just sad. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure? Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. What should we do with him? From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. What about field autopsy? A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work. You're right, I don't see anything criminal here. Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest. We did find him, but I didn't want it to be this. We found him. We should finish this. Alright. We should first examine the library card we found. Then we should call the station from my Kanima, let them know we're taking the case. That's just not the way I wanted that to go. The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads Central Jamrock Public Library Card. Issued to Billy Magine, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member. Look inside. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller, Stand a Little Less Between Me and the Sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Thibault. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Yeah, well, that's what I like so much about this game. Like, I still would have found this dude, but it wouldn't have meant anything. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers, too. Look at the backside. If lost, please return the card to the library. Technically not lost. Good, he takes a note. We should give them a call from Mike Kanema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Magine. Yeah, I'm sure it still happens, but it doesn't mean the same. There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumbled kebab. Kebab wrapper. Cigarette package. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. I don't think anything there is super useful. Like, I'm sure the event still happens, but just walk there. There we go. Like, this got so much more emotional weight because I spoke to that lady and I promised I would find her husband, and I did. I did find him. I don't know. I kind of wanted to find him alive. I don't think that's crazy. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. You feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. The sign reads, St. Brune 1147. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. This is the old church. An altar shrouded in dark, or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Money. Hey, remember when I used money to call my ex-wife? And it was the worst thing? Yeah, good times. Heavy wooden doors more than twice your height stand in front of you. The rectangular, sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock carelessly drilled into the wood. Rattle the doors to see if they open. Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door. I don't think that's going to work. Inspect the carpentry. Carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. Back up and look at the door. Take a closer look at the padlock. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, son. You see a yellow circle with two large X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it a smile, and the X's make him dead. Have you seen the symbol before? He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies. No. What does it look like to you? Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency? What is suggestive of junior delinquency here? I have not seen that sticker before, and I am not a youth. Oh my god, Kim calling out that he's a boomer. Thus, it must be made by youths. Try to peel the sticker off without ripping it. Hey! 97% chance. Arrow, are you ready to curse me with terrible luck? There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Put the sticker in your ledger after the last entry where it belongs. Put it on your ledger, right on the cover. No, I'll put it in my ledger. Secret task complete. Style your paperwork. Looks like today was a gold star day. I love the bizarre secret tasks that pop up. Inspect the staple. The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work's been done recently and is unprofessional to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off. Turn to the lieutenant. This is where Mr. Prybar comes in handy. He takes a step back. Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment. There is a touch of guilt in his voice. Should we start with that kick drum coming from the ice? I heard a sound before. Yes, the pulsing bass. He raises his hand to his ear. A sure sign of junior delinquency, somewhere east of here. So I still have this option to apply some official force to the padlock. But I'll circle around first. Kim wants me to. Also, I think this is where one of the traps is, so that's worth looking at. Thank you, Luca. Oh? Oh, a thing. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel. These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. What machine? The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one. The chain trails up into the ocean, to who knows where. Door. Unopenable. An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle. What I like is impossible doesn't actually mean impossible. What is this thing anyway? It's military, a service depot of some sort. Used to service what? The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. The lieutenant looks at the hunching concrete toad in front of him. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it. You know, you're not wrong, Luca. Okay, chat. Okay. This is listed as an impossible check. There's a 3% chance. Now, Aaron, when things have a high probability, you curse me to failing. Perhaps you can turn this around. Perhaps I can roll double sixes. I did not. You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut. Oh, it always fails? That's interesting. Door's shut tight. How can we get in there? The lieutenant shrugs. We don't get in there. What do you mean? We get into, like, everywhere. Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door. I'm not going to accept this. The door could be part of the investigation. No. I can live with this. What else is there to do? Not accepting it's going to bring the fire brigade in. He looks at the door with a rueful smile. Relax, he thinks. There's no one in there. If we can't open it, neither can anyone else. But I'm sad. I think one of the traps is around here? Maybe? A thing with a white polo shirt in it. Like an actual clean shirt. I'm impressed. The boardwalk rises to your side. It casts its long shadow over you. Okay, not much we can do out here. Keep looking for interactables. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Teomutri. You take a mental note. Wait, that's Teomutiri. Seems important somehow. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. A scented scarf? Oh my. Tiny inlets there, off in the far distance where the posts trail onward. This ladder is too rusted to climb. The sea air is eaten away at it. This relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay. Barely. A dude said one of the traps was near the radio tower. And I don't want to miss those traps. Bed, wed, behead. Snum Dance, Cat Jam, and Crab Please. They're all so good, Luca. They're all so good. I'm gonna have to marry Snum Dance because it is perfect and it will treat me right. Crab Please will be good for a night of fun, but I think would get overwhelming after too long. So I'm gonna bed Crab Please. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna kill Cat Jam. I don't love it as much as everybody else does. I wouldn't kill it if I had another option, but I don't have another option. I have to kill one of them. Hey! There it is. Trap, Land's End. A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. How dare you misrepresent what I said, Luca? The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze, weighed down by rain. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of the cryptozoological beast inside. Another empty trap, the lieutenant takes a note. More out of habit than duty. How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself. Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, I would still be on the case with you. Wait, sorry. Otherwise, would I still be on the case with you? He smiles and raises his collar. It's windy. God, Kim is amazing and perfect. The fact that he wants to be on the case with me. Can we agree that Kim is just the best character in all of fiction? Once you stay down for now. So they still said something about, like, music coming from the ice, but I don't know where that is. Honestly, Kim's just such a sweetheart. Full of holes. Could the posts hide treasure? Look inside. Well, sort of. Oh no. I can look at all of them? Oh, this is incredible. Every single post contains something. An actual treasure trove. I don't know why that would be the case. Oh. Autosave making the frame rate chug a little there. Before you, a drawbridge. It can only be something. Like dropped from the other side or something like that. Well, when I get there, though. Oh? Oh, I can just walk across. Wait. Okay, these posts I can't do anything with. Stones. That's taking a lot of patience to do this. Hi, bird. Oh, that sounded like cracking ice. A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up. Hi, Ophi.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party. Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat? Huh? She looks up at you, distracted. I said you should have a hat on. So should you. I do. You don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. I am the law. You have to do what the law says. But the game acknowledges it. I should, and I do. Point at your hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well, look man, fuck the hat.
Look, man, fuck the hat. You know what? Sure. Your pulse rises. What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law. Regain authority in her eyes. What? No, just... She doesn't want to wear a hat. It's fine. That kind of language really necessary?
Sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else.
Oh, Opie, nice.
My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
The pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. What's your name? Estelle. Her hair is dyed blonde with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features. Some masculinity below that timidness. What's your surname? Why? I'm from the police. It's for paperwork. Okay, well, she hesitates. It's Burger. A very common name. You have little reason to doubt that's her real name, but she's not at all surprised by this cop show questioning, is she? What's that device you have there? This, she breathes on her freezing fingers, is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still. And the wires? Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. Oh, this is interesting. Contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice. Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it? Wiretapping. How does that thing work? The mic? I don't know exactly. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The box said it only picks up structure-borne sound. If you like technobabble. Where did you get the mic from? Same place I got the recorder from. The Elysium. Which is? Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? She forgets herself for a moment. It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. Non-pizza with left beef, yeah. You know, the best pizza ever made. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck. Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though. Sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals. I'm going to assume he means that as a compliment. Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy? Oh yeah, she looks you over, assessing your age. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person. On second thought, let's get back to the contact mic. Chester! Whoops. Chester, thank you so much for redeeming Rainbow Pig. I'm so glad to have you here. I had some non-mic questions. What are you doing out here in the cold? Recording, I guess. What is it you're recording? Thank you, Luca. I was just about to do that. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. She scratches her forehead. What happened to the headphones? My boyfriend sold them. What for? I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life. Everything checks out, sire. Why did I fail my drama check? I've got +2. I rolled so badly. And what are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps? Musicians in the Palaceum use them for making music. They loop the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling, crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Noise music is a thing. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be like a music place anyway. She rubs her shoulders and looks around. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer. She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden. Take this, you're cold. The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket. No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck. It's okay. The lieutenant backs up. He throws you a glance. Give her your hat. Here, you need this more than I do. But now I don't look like a bum anymore. I wanted to be Hobocop. Thanks. She puts it on. It's a bit large for her. You said it's supposed to be a music place? What is it? That. She nods towards the church. The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really, she pauses, not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure. The boys? Yeah, Andre and the guys. They're inside, in the tent. You know what? You're right, Luca. And why is that? Yeah, why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside? They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room. Stuff like what? Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. There's piles of it. Why not leave some of that outside? The stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter, I can take the cold. You know what? Empathy legendary. The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up. 42% chance is not nothing. I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna take the risk, chat. Chat, can you give me your powers? Can you spirit bomb me? Because I really want this to work out. Okay, Luca, you're snum dancing me. That's good enough. Hey, it did actually work out. The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo Omicron adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in her hand. Then your hand. I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable. At your age, or at any age, in this weather, waiting for it to get dark. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup. The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in their failure with this by your side. The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real, tell her. It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now. What is? Her shoulders shake a little. Nothing, if you've got this. Don't be scared. Okay, her teeth rattle. She takes the device from you and places it in her lap. I'll stick to it. There's little you can do to help her now, but given the chance, you feel like you should. There's something about her, a weightiness. Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now, as an equal, a fellow human being. That was nice. After a moment of silence, she speaks again. So, thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer? You said eating me? There's nothing eating me. Come on, I can tell. She shakes her head slowly. But okay, be a boyadero about it if you want to. I guess there is something that's been making my life hell. What is it? She listens intently. The plight of the working class. Everyone's just mooching off of the entrepreneurial class, shackling the doers. I think it's all these foreign people taking our jobs. These are all terrible. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good. Honestly, yeah, that one feels more real to me than any of the others. Bye, Luca. I will be finishing up soon, but have good sleep. I love you. Oh, really? Yeah, no one understands that sometimes you've got to make sacrifices for the sake of progress. It's all very distressing. So the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress? Don't get me wrong, I'm all for slow and steady progress. I just wish people would be a little bit more reasonable. Okay, so you're not that upset, it sounds like. I told you, I'm highly distressed by the state of affairs. Aha, you're sure it's social progress you're distressed about and not, I don't know, some chick? Well, I mean, I didn't want to burden her with my whole ex-wife story. That's it for now. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinez. You must be mistaken. I'm a real radical. This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it? It's also about that, but it's also about more. Perhaps it's the hangover, perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. Where is this kingdom of conscience? It's not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. That's an honorable goal. It is, isn't it? History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. But what about all the things that are wrong now? What's the kingdom of conscience actually like? Kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe. Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual. I don't believe post-sexual is really a thing for humanity in general. Individuals may be able to move past sexuality or just not be interested in it. But, like, sexual species will never be truly post-sexual, I don't think. But post-capitalist, I'm pro. Post-national, I'm pro. Post-industrial, I'm pro. I don't... Like, this is an ideology, so you can't be post-ideological in your ideology. But I kind of get what they're going for. Okay. Okay, Josh, cloning is an option. But, I don't think that's what's being proposed here. Maybe it is, we'll find. Sounds incredible. Allons-y. Let's go there right now. Slow it down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slowly? Alright, then let's get there eventually. That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. when that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we're all going to be so much happier. New thought option. Yes, it does feel like the true neutral. +2 hand-eye coordination against enemies in this armor. That's rad. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt? Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon? None of that would work. You need to shoot part of the enemy that doesn't have fair weather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you. Oh, I've got a bad feeling I'm going to be fighting those mercs. I don't want to unlock that yet, but Kingdom of Conscience seems interesting. But not yet. I'm actually going to call stream there. Having spoken to the young lady and finished that thought, we made some good progress today. We had some incredibly depressing moments. Thank you all for joining me. It has been, as it always is, incredibly fun. This is rising in the ranks and is becoming one of my favorite games ever. Like, there are very few games I've played that make me feel the way this game makes me feel. Which is just honestly amazing. I'm thoroughly enjoying playing it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying having you here to join me. It's always fun to have chat to bounce off of. It makes it a good time. The game does hit hard. Yes, I think that would be a lovely idea. I actually just saw that KMAC is streaming, and I don't think I've ever raided KMAC. Or if I have, not often enough. So yeah, I think KMAC is a perfect person to raid. It's 8190. There we go. So yeah, as I said, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be playing Disco Elysium next week, Sunday, once again. 2:30 Eastern, as usual. I won't be streaming this Wednesday, unfortunately. I normally do, but since I'm moving on Thursday, Wednesday's going to be a very busy time for me. However, I do still plan on streaming next week, Saturday, at 5:30 Eastern, which is normally Stardew. Maybe not this time. We'll see. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Those of you in Barry chat, I hope I have entertained you while you're waiting for the stinky lad to arrive. Everybody, please say hi to KMAC for me. And I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Ciao.